Well, hey, howdy there, partners. It's your friendly neighborhood gamer here, putting the big A back in gamer. Another fantastic response video by yours truly. Today I am responding to the Eagle once again. What can I say? He is a good source of entertainment. A good example I found in one of his recent videos is in his A Trail of Tears for Queers. I would have just made the title A Trail of Queers, you know, whatever. At one point in that video, he says that non-straight people should be labeled as mentally ill. And well, what are his reasons for trying to label non-straight people as mentally ill? Let's listen to the first reason.
Should be labeled a mental illness, since they are not logical. Non-straight sexualities spread disease at a much higher rate.
So, what diseases are you talking about? And what's your evidence? And your sources, please. I'm guessing he's talking about STDs/STIs, you know, like AIDS, herpes.
Hi YouTubes, it's me Jefferson. I'm here to tell you about the dangers of herpes. If you're out getting in the ass with this fucking dick, at least let some of us know. You know why? Because I don't want herpes. Neither do my cats.
But you know what, I'll do something nice for him and provide some evidence for him. Just watch where I'm going with this. So, well, in 2021, 2022, there was like a rising case in syphilis in gay/bi men. But also in general in young adults, there was just a rising case of STDs/STIs, like chlamydia, gonorrhea, and as I already said, syphilis. And I will put the link for this down below if you want to go check it out. Really, I don't see how this proves anything other than people are just stupid, uneducated, and ignorant on safe sex. Really, that's not a mental illness. Put on a rubber, people. You know, Eagle Man, just like how you're stupid, uneducated, and ignorant on this subject. That doesn't make you mentally ill. No, you're just retarded. Didn't I tell you to get back on the short bus?
What unit, puppet?
You can bring your iPad and AirPods on the bus if you want to listen to the video on your way to school. But non-straights spread it more, therefore it's a reason to call it a mental illness, according to him. You know, diseases that both straight and non-straight people can catch. If this was the other way around, that straights were spreading it more than non-straights, would you then use this as a reason to consider straight being a mental illness? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't be calling straight a mental illness. You're just trying to use whatever you can to spread your bigotry, but I'm getting ahead of myself. You still have another reason, and well...
Non-straight sexualities are antithetical to the survival of the human species.
Antithetical to the survival of the human species? Really? Well, good thing that the majority of the human race is straight, and that we have 7 billion people on this whole planet, and we're at the top of the food chain. It doesn't really seem to me like non-straight people really affect the survivability of the human species. If you're so worried about that, there's donating sperm, artificial insemination. Honestly, it just seems like you're repeating something someone smarter than you said.
Homosexuality and other non-straight sexualities were considered mental illnesses as recently as the 70s. Now this was changed simply because some of the psychiatrists happened to be homosexuals themselves. It wasn't because of some scientific breakthrough proving that homosexuality wasn't a mental illness. Oh no, it's essentially simply because so-called mental health experts simply decided to change it for their own personal reasons. That's it.
What? Where are you getting this from? So what psychiatrists/mental health experts are you talking about? And how do you know their sexuality? It'd be really helpful while you're talking about this that you're displaying the exact information that you are currently talking about. All you have on screen right now is that used to be considered a mental illness until 1973. But that information you're showing is from a Google AI summary. Now I'm thinking that all you did was do a quick Google search and you went with the first thing you saw, which was the AI summary. Then after that, you just made up whatever it was you just said. That's what I think right now that you did, until you can actually substantiate your claims about these psychiatrists/mental health experts. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to come back with evidence about these psychiatrists/mental health experts, that the reason that they deemed homosexuality as not being a mental illness is because of their own sexuality. The burden of proof is on you because you claim this about them. You're probably going to tell me to go look it up myself. No, I'm not doing the work for you. And then after that, come back and prove that non-straights are actually a mental illness with actual scientific data. Actually prove your position is right instead of having everyone else try to prove you're wrong. Open up a book too, okay? But today, I am responding to the responses left in my comment section of the video that was responding to him. Now you might be asking me why I made this a video instead of replying in the comments. Well, I at the time did not have energy or care to respond in paragraphs. I would much rather make a video because it's more fun and convenient for me. So, without further ado, reading and response time with Readshot. Howdy Readshot. Congratulations on reaching 100 subs. One of them is me. You're welcome. Why haven't I seen this video until now? YouTube's notifications is so messed up. One quick criticism. You spent too long talking about your technical difficulties. Just get to the point. I know, I do the same with my videos and need to work on that. So I went back to my video to see how long I spent on my technical difficulties, and well, it was like 11 to 12 seconds. I'm not joking, 11 to 12 seconds. And in general, it took me a minute until I talked about you in the video. So in an 18-minute video, it took me like 10 to 12 seconds to talk about my technical difficulties. I'm so sorry, I didn't realize I was addressing someone with the attention span of a child with ADHD. But do not worry, I will help you out by playing the clip of Markiplier saying Jingle Jangle to help retain your attention.
It stares. Jingle, jangle, jingle, jangle. It stares.
I know, I'm so thoughtful. Trump did not lie in that debate. What lie are you talking about? You can say he exaggerated or was hyperbolic, but he did not lie. Did you not watch my video? I think, you know what, I'll just play what I said. But we should vote for Trump, even though he was spreading lies about abortion and Haitians in Ohio eating cats and dogs. If he'll lie about that, then what else has he lied about? So would you then also say that you were exaggerating or being hyperbolic in your video because, well, you're both saying the same thing, it's just that he was specific. Because the statement you made in your video defending Trump was more broad, that there's people in Springfield, Ohio eating animals. In the debate, Trump specifically says it's cats and dogs, spreading a lie that they're being eaten by immigrants.
What they have done to our country by allowing these millions and millions of people to come into our country, and look at what's happening to the towns all over. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets of the people that live there.
In my video, I said that he said Haitians were eating cats and dogs. I was wrong. He didn't specifically say Haitians, but he was obviously referencing them because of news coverage at the time being about Haitians eating cats and dogs. I fully admitted that I have a conservative bias. I don't deny this. It doesn't mean I was quote-unquote dick-riding Trump. I even said he didn't do as well as he did before, but then he ran to cover him, but yeah, whatever. In my opinion, Trump won that debate regardless of my bias. Who do you think won? Yeah, you said he didn't do great, but then you also went to cover him and were like, oh no, he did good though, he beat her, oh no. Hey guys, you know, Trump is great, Trump is a good guy, he really cares about us, you know? Yeah, you said he didn't do great, but then the rest of the video was just dick riding Trump. The rest of the video, I'm still debating on whether or not to make a response to that video and even show off the posts of you like, almost worshipping Trump, talking about his community posts, because in those posts, he's like a Jehovah's Witness, going from door to door, like, hey, if you believe in Trump and you accept Trump into your life, he will make it better. But who do I think won that debate? No one. We all lost. It was another showing of how embarrassing American politics are. Also, I'm going to make fun of your conservative bias whether you acknowledge you have one or not. Well, in the very same video where you're covering for Trump, you couldn't even bring yourself to say that he was wrong about cats and dogs being eaten by immigrants. If you had any shred of integrity in you, you would have just said he was wrong, but you didn't because you're a dick writer. Most reviews sum up the plot of the movie. Why is it bad when I do it? Oh my jeez, oh my god, I've seen him do this before. Essentially what he's doing is saying, hey, these other people do it, why are you talking about me and not them, huh? Why are you singling me out? Well, first off, I'm talking about you in my video. Every point I make in my video is going to be related to you, in the video about you. Just so we're clear. I had no interest in bringing up other reviews in that video. I saw your video, I wanted to respond to your video. But since you're bringing up other reviews, I'm gonna say, and also to respond to your point about other reviewers doing that, and just because it's popular to do that, to summarize a movie and not say anything about it, does not mean it's good content. Which was one thing I was criticizing your review of. There was not much substance in your video. The summary was just a waste of time, or it's just not good content. And for that same reason, I don't like watching other reviewers, reviews, whatever about a movie, because they just summarize the plot and don't say anything of substance about the movie. I get nothing out of it, and it's a waste of my time. I didn't elaborate to try to keep the video short. I hate Logan for several reasons, too many to list here. My main reason is because Logan came off as weak and pathetic. Wait a minute, weren't like most mutants dead or something? Like killed by Charles Xavier, the guy he's taking care of that's like really mean to him, and he has adamantium poisoning going on. Whatever. And I quote, I get to kill 100 of you, unquote, line is my favorite because, 1, it's funny, I literally lolled at the line. It shows that Wolverine doesn't really hate Deadpool, but he does find him irritating at times, much like how I view you. Aww, is that how you feel about me? I'm so flattered. It's sweet. That's so sweet of you to say. No, but you could have included those last 2 points in your video. You don't have to include the Logan one. That was just there as an example of you not elaborating just in general. Honestly, you could shorten your summary too. You could also shorten your summary and talk about what you like in your review. Like your summary doesn't have to be like over half the video. That's just a waste of time. And this fight will let Wolverine get out his frustrations with Deadpool without actually killing him. But Deadpool can't die anyways. He would not need to worry about that at all. They fought each other more than once in the movie without ever killing each other. Pretty sure they got their frustrations out earlier in the movie when they're in the Honda Odyssey fucking each other. No, it's wrong for me to breathe. I kinda need to do that, you know. Live? But I guess you don't want me to do that. What? What? So here's the clip he's referring to. Give us some insight, Alpha Eagle. Anything, please. You know, give me something to work with here. And really, the most you get from that summary is all the breathing into the mic. Tell me in the comments if I in any way told him, or even insinuated that he should not breathe at all in general. But do you see who I'm dealing with here? You know what, I am dealing with someone who's not smarter than a 5th grader, so, you know, it's to be expected. But I guess I will explain this to him.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Here's the thing. So essentially, there was so little value in your summary that was said that the only thing to point out was you breathing into the mic. I made a compilation making fun of you, mocking, whatever. It's, you know, I wasn't telling you not to breathe. You are more than free to breathe if you need my permission to do that. You're more than free. But you know what, Eagle? I'm so sorry. I didn't realize it was not okay to mock you over that. Or is it? But I have another reply from him. But it's replying to someone else in my comments. Let me read it. Hello Beth, I suffer from a condition called chronic bronchitis that causes me to struggle to breathe sometimes, so that's why you hear my breath. I believe I told Readshot this before, perhaps he forgot. I have no recollection of that. Feel free to mock me if you wish, I don't mind. I have no problems laughing at myself, even though it's something I can't control. I just want you to be informed. Isn't that a little ironic that he wants someone else to be informed? But so you know that there is a reason why I breathe like that. Have a good day. May God bless you. Oh, is it okay or is it not? Because I have no idea if you're okay with me mocking you over or not. To be honest, I really don't care if you're okay with it or not. But if you're gonna respond, make sure to make up your mind first before you come back to me on this one, okay? Before you get in your feelings and respond like a little bitch. No, I rank Deadpool and Wolverine between No Way Home and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness in that specific type of movie. A multiverse movie with a lot of cameos. If you don't like my use of the word cameo, perhaps guest character is more apt. What would you call them?
Deez Nutz.
Continued. What do we visually see in Wolverine's mind exactly? What are those? Tombstones? That's nothing. Film is a visual media, and that was very visually boring. I've already explained this. It's left up to our interpretation. It's mainly going off of what we hear and what we see on his face, see how it's affecting him and all that. Don't you lecture me on film. Sometimes not seeing something is way more impactful than seeing something. Just like in the movie Alien, when we don't see Lambert being killed by the alien, we hear it. Well, there's two cuts, one that kind of cuts it off, and then one that's extended. That's actually, the extended one is like way more horrific. We don't see it, but hearing the noises she makes is, that is way more unsettling than seeing it. And in a movie like Pulp Fiction, it's left up to our imagination to what's in the briefcase. What we do see is the reaction from characters who see what's inside the briefcase. If we saw what was inside the briefcase, we wouldn't remember the briefcase so much. That's why not showing what was inside was more impactful. Another example is in the movie 7, where we don't see Tracy's head in the box. Spoiler alert. We know it's in there, but it's way more impactful not to show it. What we do see is Brad Pitt's reaction, how it's affecting him. That's one reason why the scene is so impactful and why it's remembered so much. If all you can do is just repeat things you've heard someone else say, because I don't believe this is something that you came up with yourself. This is obviously something you heard someone else say and you thought, oh wow, you know what, that does make a lot of sense, but without giving a much deeper thought. You're in no position to lecture me about film if you have such a shallow view on it. But to be honest, I'm not opposed to changing my position on this, to where the scene changes a bit. But like the scene could start off with the humans approaching the X-Mansion, kicking down the door, and we see the reactions of like the students, the X-Men themselves, and we cut to Wolverine running to the X-Mansion until he stops because he hears all the screams. He turns around and abandons the X-Men. But we just see him walk away while the screams of the X-Men could still be heard, calling out for Wolverine, and having the camera focus on his facial expressions to see how this is affecting him. That's honestly a lot more interesting to me. Like, I don't have strong feelings about this movie in general, okay? I saw your review, I thought it was shit, and I wanted to make fun of it, and I responded to it in the video. That's it. Wait, no, I didn't say throw in more recognizable heroes. I said focus on the cameos that mattered. Actually, what you said was that the movie needed a bigger budget and throw in more and better cameos. You know what, actually I thought about something, but I'll read the rest of this. In other words, the ones that are important to the story. I really don't see what's so different about what I said, because I left out better. Oh no. But in your mind, when you see the heroes in this movie as cameos, are they not cameos because they're recognizable to you? You know, recognizable heroes and villains? And earlier in that video, you were talking about how you wanted to see Charles Xavier, Punisher, Daredevil, and then afterwards you're like, I want to see Sue Storm, Psylocke, Lady Deathstrike, and Storm. But for some reason you decided only to single out the part of me saying recognizable heroes, even though it was part of an overall point responding to you saying that there should be a bigger budget and then throwing in more and better cameos. You were pretty much saying throw more shit at the movie, and I can substantiate my statement by the fact that you were like, where's this superhero? Where's this superhero? Where's that superhero? And just wanting to add more superheroes overall. That's pretty much the point you were making, even though you say you weren't. Like, okay, yeah, you said more and better cameos, still doesn't say anything at all. You are a man that talks a lot, but says very little. You don't want to see women in the movie? Okay, but I disagree. It would make the movie more visually appealing. Maybe I'm just a more visual person than you. You can say it's superficial if you want, but again, film is a visual media. Visuals are important. So, This is what he's referring to.
It was kind of a sausage fest. It could have used some Jessica Alba, Kelly Hu, Olivia Munn, and Halle Berry to give it some much-needed female sex appeal.
No, it did not need them. All the movie needed was Deadpool and Wolverine, them interacting with each other, fighting, setting aside their differences, and working together. That's all anyone really wanted from this movie. The inclusion of other heroes and villains was more of a treat for the audience. I don't know what Sue Storm, Lady Deathstrike, Psylocke, those last two were in the movie anyways, and Storm, I don't know what they would add to the movie. So can y'all in the comments tell me whether I was trying to say or even imply that I don't want to see women in the movie? I was specifically saying the movie did not need sex appeal in Deadpool and Wolverine, and I'm not wrong. How did you arrive to that conclusion? Because I'm pretty sure, and I'm starting to suspect, that he's trying to make a point that I did this to him. You know, the recognizable heroes, more better cameos, whatever. He's trying to set up something to where he's like, aha, see? You did that to me, and I'm doing it to you. How does it feel? But I didn't do that to him. I explained the context behind my points like 2 minutes ago. But I didn't think I would need to do that because in my original video I showed you saying something and then I responded to it. But whatever. But if he genuinely thinks I made that point that I don't want to see women in the movie, how did you arrive to that conclusion? I was very, very clear when it came to me objecting to your ideas of adding in all these male or female superheroes. It had to do with story. But for some reason you conveniently forgot that I was also objecting to male superheroes as well. But okay. What do they actually add of value to the movie that doesn't basically reduce to key jangling? That's pretty much what a lot of my responses were to that video, opposing to key jangling, which is what you pretty much seem to want.
Oh, jingle, jingle.
But you're the visuals kind of guy, sure, yeah. I'm sure you're very visually stimulated by seeing keys jingle.
Oh, jingle, jingle.
If the movie is woke, it harms the movie by preaching to the audience. People don't like to be preached to. You want to be entertained. They didn't show that fat black woman earning her position. What's funny to me is that he wants the fat black woman to be shown earning her position. In a way, she pretty much has to prove herself to him. But he wouldn't ask of this from like a straight white male if this was Paradox. I bet you, if they did show it, he'd still find a way to bitch about it. He would still call it woke, because the movie would somehow be shoving down the message down our throats. That's what he would do. I have made this point about him in the past before. There is no winning with him. He will bitch no matter what. He is a bitch at his very core. It wouldn't be an overcompensation to have white men in a movie. It would simply be making the movie accurate to the US demographic. Oh my god. I've already explained why by your own definition why it is. Now you're just adding more shit onto it. I don't know why that's such an important part to you in a movie. Woke itself is very important to you, and everything that is defined as woke would therefore be important to you. I don't know why in a movie like Deadpool and Wolverine that it should be properly accurate to the US demographic. Oh my god, go outside, touch some grass, eat ass, and stop cooking. People have false flagged my videos, so there are people trying to silence me. I'm not saying it's you or High C, but it is happening. Also, although High C might not have actively tried to silence me, the fact is that he wants me silent. Yeah, I brought that one up because I was using it to make fun of you. Because all he did was just pretty much say, you're stupid, shut up. That's it. It's not deep. And you said, sincerely, fuck you for telling me to stop cooking. What is wrong with you? You are a man-child. And you know what? I messed up by saying that you said he tried to. but you also did treat it like he did try to in a way. You're almost conspiratorial, like, oh my god, he wants me to shut up? Yeah, it's the internet. People think you're stupid, they'll tell you to shut up. But oh, it looks like he has some things to say about Alpha Sherwood. Yo, take this one, Alpha Sherwood. X-23 was not the key. They nerfed Juggernaut so badly that anyone could have stopped him. Take her out and anyone else could have stopped Juggernaut. Exactly, Bird Brain, proving my point once again. They could have chosen anyone else to have done it, but they chose the Mexican woman to have taken out the big, strong, straight male. Straight white male. Thank you very much. They had nerfed the straight white male so badly so that the skinny woman could beat him. And worst of all, humiliate him. The writers trying to show that men are inferior to women. And as already said in the original response, that she takes the helmet and throws it at Deadpool, and without her, the universe is gone. X-23 was the key. You know I'm right. Deal with it. Diversity itself does not make media woke. It's how diversity is done that matters. If you do the math correctly, 2 white straight men, I would say 3, still makes them the majority since the other demographics only have 1 to represent them. What kind of math is that? That's actually the most retarded thing I've ever fucking heard. What the actual fuck? You actually made me break character there. So tell me this, dung eater. If there are 2 white crayons in a package of 6, but the other 4 are a different color, are the white crayons still the majority? No, it's 2 white crayons and 4 colored ones. You're stupid. Please stop. But if you want to play that game, then one is Cajun, one is Canadian. They're not the same. So in reality, by your own stupid math, they're all representing one group, making this group way more diverse. So tell me, how is it in this great wide infinite multiverse that this very diverse group came together? Seems very forced, very woke. Just like Rogue One, that very diverse team coming together in this wide infinite space. Interesting, wouldn't you say? Continuing. And what was Cassandra's role in the movie? The villain, correct? So the movie's saying that woke women are evil, and straight men stopped her, making them stronger than her. Stronger? Excuse me? Did you watch the same movie, Bird Brain? They didn't beat her because they were stronger, they beat her because they just can't die. They were pretty much a wrench in the gears. They couldn't actually show Deadpool and Wolverine directly killing Cassandra by their own hands. And funny how you don't really deal with the examples I showed in the video of her directly being dominant over men. Again, here's the image of Cassandra having Wolverine on all fours. Why? Because he is a man and he must be made to look weak, like a pet. While Cassandra stayed standing tall the whole movie. Nice try, but try again, Bird Brain. Now back to you, Beta Sherwood bitch. Anyways, that'll be the end of the video. This one wasn't really that long, to be honest. And Alfeagle, if you're thinking of responding, don't. Do yourself a favor, don't respond. Or respond to me and I'll benefit from making you look stupid once again. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and you're not subscribed, then make sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Next video should be coming out in 2-3 weeks. I will actually finish that video I said I was working on in the last response video to Alfeagle. If you have not seen that response video, I'll link it down below. Feel free to check that out. And then after that video, I'll be pumping out other videos, maybe going back to talk about Sturgis. Because there's a video I saw that I was really interested in making a response to. So that will be fun. To everyone watching, I hope you all have a fan-frickin-tastic day, an excellent day. Yes, everybody that's watching, even those of you who do not like me, be excellent to yourselves, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes.
Bye-bye.